Hello and welcome to Beyond the Game. Today I will ask the question, what happened to Prey? Prey from Arkane Studios is the unofficial successor to a game with the same name from 2006 that was developed by Arkane Studios. The game that was first called Prey 2 did go through a pretty big development hell before it was released. But what actually happened, and did it fail? Let's begin with its development. Arkane Studios, who made the first Prey, was starting to work on a sequel sometime in 2010. In 2011 at the E3 the first trailer was shown and the hype was immediately there. The game looked much different than its predecessor, but its futuristic bounty hunter style made a lot of people excited. After its first showing and another trailer at E3 2012, no news would follow except for a playable demo that was held behind closed doors. Release date would be pushed multiple times until in 2014 rumors began to surface that Prey 2 was officially cancelled. This was of course not entirely true, as in 2013 the development of Prey moved from Arkane Studios to Arkane Studios. This all had to do more with the intellectual property rights between Bethesda and 3D Realms, thus meaning the entire cancellation of Prey 2. None of the pre-existing assets would be used by Arkane Studios. Instead, they started from scratch, and this next Prey would be considered as a reboot rather than a sequel. On the E3 of 2016, Bethesda officially announced the Prey reboot. To a lot of people's disappointment, the futuristic look of the game from its previous trailers disappeared to make room for a whole different look. Prey was eventually released on the 5th of May of 2017. Reviews had not been out yet because Bethesda did not make an early code accessible to reviewers. However, once reviewed, the game did pretty well with a Metacritic average score on all platforms of an 8.0 among critics and a 7.8 among players. So in the end, what did go wrong here? Even though the critic score was good, we have to look back at the fact that this game did not have a large marketing campaign behind it. Giving reviewers no early access to review the game is also something that builds up skepticism with people. The biggest issue, however, is that Prey would present itself as a game like System Shock, putting itself in the horror genre, which, if you play the game, is not the case. But by doing so, this does impact the sales, as the horror genre is not the best selling genre by itself. And you might wonder, what about the sales? In the first week of its release, Prey was able to sell a total of 184,000 copies across all platforms. Of that number, only 4,000 units were from the PC sales. This happened because the PC port was a very buggy mess, and according to IGN review, it had multiple game-breaking bugs. The sales were under the initial target what Bethesda had hoped to sell, and the lifetime sales come in at a little over 1.2 million units in total. Is this a bad number? Yes and no. For a AAA title such as Prey, this figure would be enough to break even, or in worst case scenario create even a loss. No figures can be found, however, as Bethesda is owned by ZeniMax Media, which is a private company. If Prey had no development hell and was not a AAA title, this number would have been decent for a new franchise or a reboot. So what will the future bring for Prey? As of this date, Bethesda has not announced anything new for the Prey franchise. No DLC or no new game has been in the works as far as we know. One thing is for sure, that Bethesda may one day create a follow-up. As of the moment when I'm recording this, rumors are surfacing that a game called Rage will have a sequel announced at this year's E3. A game, much like Prey, did not have massive sales, but still a lot of potential. If you haven't played Prey yourself, it is still a fun game to be played. It has a decent story, graphics do look nice, and the atmospheric music make for a complete package. The campaign itself clocks in at around 15 hours. The creating mechanics are fun, and the developers did make the space station a great atmospheric playground. And just to be sure, Prey is definitely not a horror game. Prey can often be found in stores for a low budget price, as well as in the online stores for consoles and PC. Did you play Prey yourself, and was it what you hoped for? Or did you rather play the futuristic Prey that was announced back in 2012? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. For more videos, check out the channel and hopefully you will even subscribe. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.